Many players have noticed that Neuvillette and Zhongli share multiple similarities, mainly them being associated with dragons or them just giving the same vibe. But one thing that they share in common, that made everyone wonder, is that their story quest title doesn't match the name of their constellation. Because, as you can see, every other character, including the Archons, have their story quest title match their constellation. So I would like to share with you a theory of mine regarding this topic. A few years ago, Zhongli was the only character with such thing. But after Neuvillette was released, we can now confirm why Hoyoverse did this. My theory is that Neuvillette and Zhongli got two constellations, the old one being the story quest title and the new one being their current constellation. Before I prove this, we need to first know something. According to the book Before Sun and Moon, the old world refers to the era of the sovereigns. When the sovereigns were defeated by the primordial one, the latter recreated the world which is now called the New World.
In war, the victor would inherit the right to shape the world, while the losers must turn into ash.
Since the world was recreated, then that should include the stars too, hence why they're fake. But them being fake is not the point, but rather it's the fact that there could have been 2 eras of 2 different constellations. Now, after knowing this, what if Zhongli and Neuvillette existed during the era of the old constellations, then had their constellations changed with the recreation of the world by the hands of the primordial one? Zhongli is one of the most mysterious characters and his origins are a complete mystery. We know Vendi is a wind spirit born from the branches of time. A and Makoto are incarnations of lightning. Nahida and Ruka Devata are from the Irminsul. Egeria is created by the Shade of Life as a replacement of the heart of the primordial sea. Fossiler is an Oceanid created by Egeria, and Farina is her human counterpart. But Morax is unknown. Some people might say he's a dragon, but that's false. His dragon form is only one of the Geo-Archon's many vessels, and it's stated multiple times.
Why the Leo Chising would hide the Geo-Archon's vessel.
Can bring you to see Rex Lapis's vessel.
Wong has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel.
Some also say that his origins is an Adeptus, but we don't even know how he even became one in the first place. Or was the Adepti race something he came up with, since he's the first and ancestor of the Adepti? Moving on to his age, which is also kinda unknown.
I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years.
Notice how he said dwell on this world for 6,000 years instead of saying born in this world or something of the similar. This would suggest that Zhongli had a different identity in the distant past, more than 6,000 years ago. Now I would like to point out some things that would hint that Zhongli was alive during the old world. According to the description of the mist-veiled primo elixir, there's a certain someone that knows how the world was when it was first created. In order to know who's this certain someone, we have to analyze that item. First of all, since this item is a Liu Ascension material, then that certain someone must be from Liu. Second, that item is created by the Adepti, then that person must be related to them. Third, that person should be very old in order to know how the world was during its creation. Fourth, that person must also be very knowledgeable to know such thing. And finally, since that person is unknown, then they must be hiding their true identity. And there you have it, we just described Zhongli. This means that Zhongli is the certain someone that knows the truth about the world's creation, which means that Zhongli must have been present during the old world while possessing an old constellation. There are a few theories regarding Zhongli's true identity, which are a sun god, an alien that came from beyond, one of the four shades, or even a celestial deity. I already explained some of these theories before. You can find them in the description. Now, after finishing with Zhongli, let's move on to Neuvillette. As we know, Neuvillette is the Hydro Sovereign. Although he's not old enough to exist during the old world, but his predecessor was. So my idea here is, what if Neuvillette inherited his predecessor's old constellation? Since Neuvillette is a kind of a reincarnation of the old Hydro Sovereign, the reason why I think Neuvillette can inherit the old constellation is because he also inherited some old memories of the previous sovereign. In the beginning, Neuvillette told us that he possesses some forgotten memories, such as his connection to the primordial sea. But after becoming a fully fledged dragon, he got some of those memories. He now remembers that the Hydro Sovereign is the heart of the Primordial Sea, and he also knows about the time when the Primordial One created the Shades. Since Neuvillette inherited the old memories of the previous sovereign, then him also inheriting the old constellation doesn't seem like a stretch. So to recap, the constellations of the people who existed during the old world was changed when the Primordial One recreated the world. These people are Morax, who's probably older than the new world, and Neuvillette, the reincarnation of the previous Hydro Sovereign. So Zhongli's constellation of the new world is his current constellation, while his constellation of the old world is his story quest title. And the same thing for Neuvillette. And now you know why Zhongli and Neuvillette share this oddity. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel for more lore content.